Hello folks, Tiso here, and I wish all of you a happy Lunar New Year. We are a little under halfway through the Lantern's Rite event, and I feel like now's a good time to explain how the points and score system in the tower defense works. There are points you get from defeating enemies inside Theater Mechanicus. Those points are used to build more towers and buy mystic arts at the end of each wave. Once you're done with the stage, you'll get a score that is affected by how well you do. That score is converted to Mechanicus Sigils that is used to upgrade your towers permanently. When you finish each stage in the tower defense, you are awarded points based on these challenges here. There's the basic ones such as clearing every wave and not leaking any enemies. There's also the less obvious bonus with using mystic arts to buff your towers and choosing the fickle and fearless mystic arts. To get the most points on each stage, you want to choose the fearless mystic arts 3 times and the fickle mystic art twice. However, the mystic arts at the end are random and sometimes you do not have the choice of choosing a fearless or fickle. In addition, the fickle bonuses you want to choose should also buff your towers at the same time. That way, you can get 2 bonuses in one choice. There are 4 different buff bonuses that increases your score at the end. Increasing attack, attack speed, and range of your towers is pretty self-explanatory. The special attack effects are unique for each tower. Some of the special attacks is the Hydro Tower doing more damage against wet enemies, or the Electro doing more damage as it keeps attacking. Adding an extra attack to the Cryo and Pyro Towers also count. However, all the buffs that increases your tower's elemental mastery do not add any score at the end. Also, you can get more score at the end by building 14 towers and activating the stage interactable twice. Here's an example of the mystic art choices at the end of each wave. We have a fearless and fickle choice as well as buffs for the towers. The range and attack percentage buff will only affect your score if you already have 4 of those towers built. The fickle effect will also be a negative random effect. You also have a chance of getting a no effect on the fickle, so there's no penalty. On this screen, the bonus points from defeating monsters and the elemental mastery will not affect your score at all. Here's something about the fickle that reduces the max amount of towers you can build. If you already built 14 towers, you won't lose any of them, you just can't build any more. You can play this in single player or in 2-player co-op. It's a lot easier to get a higher score with 2 people. Not only do you get twice the points from enemies, but you can also choose 2 separate mystic arts at the end of each stage. And that's the biggest bonus you can get. By being able to choose 2 mystic arts, you will have a much easier time getting 3 fearless and 2 fickles in one run. It will also be easier to activate the tower buffs that give you the bonus score. However, you may notice that sometimes you don't always get that bonus score at the end from choosing a tower buff. And why is that? Because it states you need to buff 4 towers on the field. That means if you choose a mystic art to buff Hydro Towers, then you need to already have 4 Hydro Towers built before the stage ended in order to get that bonus score. When playing alone, it's better to pick the fearless challenges first, so you get a couple waves in order to build enough towers. Since you can only build 14 towers, that means you cannot have 4 of every tower on the field at the same time. You can only have 3 sets of 4 towers, so build the 3 elements you like on the map and hope to get a mystic art that buffs one of those 3. Usually, I like to always have 4 cryo towers since the slow will help on any map. Putting 4 hydro near those cryos will also help freeze enemies and slow everything down. The last 4 I choose is either electro or pyro depending on the stage and enemies. By building 4 towers on 3 different elements, you'll have a much higher chance on getting a mystic art that buffs one of them. Here's the tip to get more points on the first wave. The recovery towers that boost your point stacks. Normally, I'll get 6 bonus points for having an enemy die in one recovery tower. However, as you can see, if an enemy dies inside both of them, I get 12 bonus points. There's also no limit to the amount of score you can farm in total. The only requirement is 1 Xiao Lantern to play each stage 1 time. The score is used to upgrade your towers permanently in the armory. There is a maximum score you can hold each day and it increases as the event continues. This means if you already have all your towers maxed out, you can increase their level even more on the next day before even starting a new stage. The other important currency are the Peace Talismans. You earn these by completing challenges in the Theater Mechanicus. Most of the challenges are pretty simple, just clear the stage and kill enough enemies. There are 3 challenges that are kinda unique. They are to defeat difficulty 5, 6, and 7 without building more than 12 towers. The good news about these challenges is you can still leak enemies through. You don't have to have a perfect clear in order to get those challenges completed. you will use the Peace Talismans in the Xiao market. This time, all 3 stages of the market will use the same currency, so I suggest don't spend everything on the first 2 stages and wait for the 3rd. The important item in the first stage is the EXP books. The important items on stage 2 will be the crown, the EXP books, and the enhancement ores. Don't purchase the Mora on either of those stages until the end. What we really want to save up for is the crown on stage 2 and all the books in stage 3. The name card is also a unique reward for those who want it. And another reason I recommend saving your Peace Talismans is for the Stand By Me event. Once the 3rd stage of the Lantern Rite event unlock, you can finally get your free 4-star character. You'll still need to trade in 1,000 Peace Talismans to get one of them. And this is a good chance to fill your roster with one of the units you are missing, or to increase the constellation of a character you use quite often. That's why I recommend saving the Peace Talismans until the end. You'll still be able to buy things from the shop a little after the event expires. And that's my overview of how the points and scores work with the whole Tower Mechanicus and Lantern Rite event. This is a pretty busy event. I hope all you travelers are having fun out there, and Happy Lunar New Year!